Hi and welcome to Paleo Training. This is the second part of our Super Bodyweight series. This week what we're going to be doing is working on cardio strength, and like last time we're going to continue using supersets, which is going to maximise fat burning at the same time as increasing muscle mass. So it's a really good developmental program at this stage to do. Just to remind you what we were doing before, we were supersetting exercises. That's one exercise immediately followed by the next, and only then having 30 seconds of exercise before going into the next pair. So there are 4 pairs of exercises, so that's 8 exercises, that's 8 exercises in total, and then right at the end we're going to do a cardio activity as well, and then that will be one circuit, and the idea will be to try and do up to 3 circuits after a week, possibly 2 weeks. You build up to that gradually. Right, so without further ado, move on to the first exercise. So the first exercise is a Spider-Man push-up. So for this, what you're going to do is come down into a conventional press-up position like this. Make sure your back's straight, glutes are tensed. And as you go down into the normal press-up position, you're going to bring a knee up towards one elbow. So we go down and the knee comes up. And then as you go down the next side, the knee comes up the other side. So you're going to do that for 30 seconds. All of these exercises take 30 seconds to do. That exercise there is paired up with a strict pull-up. So as soon as you've done your 30 seconds there, you go straight into your pull-up. To keep this easy for purposes of the demo, I'm using my iron bar gym here. If you haven't got one of these and you've nowhere else to pull up around your home, I recommend you get one of these. Hooks up very nicely just above the mantle on the door frame. So essentially, although I won't bother moving the camera for this, you are going to do a simple strict pull-up. The only thing to really be aware about with this is that you want to make sure that you are going from a fully extended position. Here you should be able to see that my elbows are straight at this point, a full hang position, all the way to the full pull-up position, which is when your shoulders are level with your hands. So that is your essential movement. You can vary grips around between circuits. That's a good practice. Various different ways you can hold one of these, and that's all good. But again, 30 seconds of that. So that's your first pair. The second pair is going to be the lateral lunge and the plank. So your lateral lunge, my head will go slightly out of shot here perhaps for just a minute. Your lateral lunge is going to look like this. You're going to lunge to the side, your foot's going to point outwards for this particular one, and you're going to reach down towards that foot, keeping your back reasonably straight, and push back again. So it's there and back again, there and back again, making the lunge reasonably long and dynamically pushing back to the start again. So it's 30 seconds again, so about 15 seconds on either side. As soon as you finish that, you go straight into the plank for another 30 seconds. The plank looks like this, and we simply hold that for the 30 seconds. If you did the plank on the last series, you may want to vary it. So the lateral plank would be a better one here. And again, of course, I'm trying to avoid my hips sagging down here, so I want to press them up nice and high. Sometimes I put this hand up in the air like this just to make sure that I maintain a really good sideways position. I'm not starting to rotate like this at all. This is really going to work these obliques and the abs on this side. So straight into that, then you get your 30 seconds rest. Then we're going to go into a sumo squat. So the sumo squat is with the feet pointing out wide as you can reasonably, and you should be able to get at least halfway to the ground like this. Have your hands out in front and simply press up, really squeeze and engage those glutes. Come back down again, and you can try and do extra work by really squeezing those bum muscles, really getting them to work. And at the same time, it's a flexibility exercise. you're trying to go as deep as possible and trying to keep those knees out. We don't want to see this, wobbly knees inside, no good at all. Keep them all the way out like that, all the way down and up. So this is the sort of tempo we want. There we go. Right, after the sumo squat, you're going to go straight into a clap press up. This is like an ordinary press up, but you do it with enough power so that at the top you can clap your hands. If that becomes quite difficult, you could try sliding them to the middle and pushing them out again. A little bit easier, nice little progression for you. Then you get your 30 seconds rest, and the next one's a little bit more complicated, the next pairing. First part of it is anyway. First thing we're going to do is a walkout, press up and burpee, which is going to look like this. So you're going to walk out on your hands like this until you're in the press up position. You're going to do that press up, and then you're going to jump your feet up to your hands like that. Stand up and repeat. So you might want a little bit of space for this so that you can progress perhaps across the room, or alternatively, once you've stood up here, if you've got limited room, you can jump back to where you were, start again. Walk out, press up, jump your feet up. So that's 30 seconds of that. Next exercise is the straight lunge. This is a little bit more predictable, a little bit easier. You're simply going to lunge forward, hands down to at least level with your ankles, press back up again. Back knee bends, front knee bends. The purist will tell you that it's important to keep your knee above your ankle. You'll probably find it easier to do if you do manage to do that. But for those people that are fairly active in their everyday life, you're unlikely to get any problems if you go a little bit beyond that. In fact, you should be able to do it. I don't have any problems with you doing that if you find that it works for you. After you've done that paired exercise, we've got the final cardio-based exercise, which is the speed squats. Now to do these, we're going to do these Tabata style, so we're going to do 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. So it's a ratio 2-to-1 exercise to rest. And we're going to aim to do as many as 8 sets before we start this circuit again. If you find that you can do more than 8 sets, you simply haven't been doing them hard enough. We need to go at them really, really fast. And if it so happens that we can only manage 6, that's okay. But we've got to give them everything right from the start. There's no holding back. So a simple speed squat works like this. I'll just start low so you can see. Hands are out in front and come up, down. And this is the sort of speed we want to do that. The hands give you momentum, give you a little bit of control as well. And we're really going to rock it for the 30 seconds. Really, really pushing through fast as we can, like so. Again, feet, I would suggest just point them out ever so slightly is fine. This isn't meant to be the same as the sumo, so you don't want to be in this position. At the same time, for many people, if they point their feet dead straight, they tend to start getting into problems where their knees are collapsing inwards like that, which is a problem that can be solved, but it's a problem for another occasion. So there we go, we've got our 8 exercises followed by the cardio part at the end. You're aiming for 3 circuits eventually if you can't do it already. We've got 30 seconds in between each set of paired exercises, and that's your program. So give that a go, let us know how you get on, and have a very happy Christmas.